This is a story written by Efroim Gurman from the book Smiles and Tears of Cats and Dogs. And it's thoughts behind the front desk at the vet office by Efroim Gurman. Story number 2 in 1. Larissa is a tall Russian woman with a top-notch temperament. Her face radiates permanent anger for no visible reason. Maybe her life has not been so good. Maybe she has just followed somebody's orders to hate someone. I first met her a couple of years ago while walking my dog in the neighborhood. We were walking towards her, but before we got any closer, she started screaming, "Take your stupid dog away! My dog will kill yours." Okay, no problem. You want to avoid contact? That's fine. We have other dogs to play with. From time to time, I would see this angry woman and her aggressive dog from a distance. And each time we choose the other side of the street to avoid her. Approximately a year later, passing through the narrow line, we found ourselves face to face. Surprisingly, both dogs behave almost indifferently. The woman dog was a big, hairy Chow Chow mix. It was the end of summer, and the dog was covered with thick, dirty fur coat. Business is business, and our new customer in our grooming salon would be a good thing. As politely as I could, I invited the woman to check our service. She replied, "Which grooming salon place do you mean?" "Oh, this is blah 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 on the Avenue X. I was there once. It's the worst place I ever saw. The female groomer was there is a bitch, and the male one shouldn't be permitted to work with animals. The receptionist is nasty as hell, and the whole place is dirty." One can only imagine how I felt being the manager at the office. "Okay," I said, and backed off. 3 days later, I saw the same woman at my salon, and she was waiting for her dog to be groomed. It's easy to imagine the extent of my surprise. I called my receptionist into my office and asked her privately, "What is this all about?" "You mean Larissa in the waiting room?" asked the receptionist. "She has been our customer for 2 years. She visits us twice a year for grooming and once a year for a veterinary checkup. Each time she complains about everything. She argues with everybody, but then she comes back. No need to mention that she never tips the groomer or even give a smile or a thanks. It happens people are different, they can be bitchy, and it's their right, it's free country. Also, business is business, and as long as she's paying her bills, her attitude is okay with the management." After a while, the woman and dog disappeared from my neighborhood. Curious about this strange customer, I checked with her file and discovered she had changed her address, but she continued to come to our office once or twice per year. A couple of years later, during the slow business season, we got a call for the dog of our long-term customer needed emergency vet services, but the owner could not bring her dog herself. I agreed to pick up the dog. After half an hour of driving, we arrived at the pickup address. The technician who came with me to help carry the heavy dog down the stairs called the owner and told her that we had arrived. "I'll be home soon," she said rather impolitely. 10 minutes passed and then 15, and still no one came. We called again and they got angry response, "I'm coming." Another 10 minutes passed before my old friend Larissa turned the corner and approached the building carrying a couple of grocery bags containing gallons of jugs of milks. Another 20 minutes and we were on our way to the office. Of course, Larissa gave my technician a hard time. He had handled the dog incorrectly, forgetting to put a soft pillow under his head, among other things. Nothing in the woman's temperament has changed. There was a traffic jam and we spent twice as much time on the road going back. To survive our close proximity in the confined space of the car, I asked a few obvious questions. What happened to your dog? How has he been feeling recently? How comfortable are your dogs? Turned out she had two now, with a new address, and so on. Suddenly, I talked to a completely different person. We had to move because the stupid landlord did not welcome my second dog. It was very cold for my children, she meant dogs, at the previous apartment. Thanks God that in the new ones that it's warmer in the winter and colder in the summer. There is a park next to the building, so my kids, dogs, have plenty of space to walk and play. Oh, I love them so much. Yesterday, as usual, I gave them a cup of milk and honey in the morning, and suddenly I discovered that my Angel, the Chow Chow mix, had bad appetite. I was so upset, and he was keeping his head to one side of at the time. He's probably in pain, because every time I touched his left ear, he would bite me. I don't blame him. It was my fault. I should have been more gentle. My other dog, she's such a sweetheart. It's upset her to see Max in a bad mood. There was no need for me to participate in the conversation anymore. Larissa kept talking and talking about her dogs. She found millions of sweet words for them. How could it be that such two different personalities could exist in one person? Do you think it's normal? I don't know.